صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته. If I can have everyone's attention please. خب اولتر از همه تولد با سعادت امام پنجم امام محمد باقر علیه السلام خدمت ما شما عزیزان و سروران پیروان اهل بیت تبریک و تهنیت عرض میکنیم. میریم و برنامه امشب مسجد الرسول با تلاوت آیه 59 تا 61 سوره مبارکه بقره که توسط محترم آقای حسینی قرائت خواهد شد شروع میکنیم. ترجمه فارسی انشاءالله توسط محترم آقای گلستانی به سمع شما خواهد رسید و ترجمه انگلیسی هم توسط سید مجتبی قبادی به سمع شما خواهد رسید. On the second session of our tonight's program we have some articles from the sister side. I have Sister Insia Naqawi who's gonna read an article from brother side. Brother Mustafa Naqawi inshallah will recite a poem or an article. And also from the sister side again, Sister Salil Shah has an announcement. If there's anybody else left, we still have time. Please let me know so I can give you some time. And on the third session, we will listen to Ajaq Modarres' speech, inshallah. محترم آقای یحیی حسینی هم که اینجا هستن میریم و آیه 59 تا 61 از ایشان خواهیم شنید. صلوات علی محمد و آل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فبدل الذين ظلموا قولا غير الذي قيل لهم فأنزلنا على الذين ظلموا رجزا من السماء بما كانوا يفسقون. وإذا استسقى موسى لقومه فقلنا اضرب بعصاك الحجر فانفجرت منه 12 عينا قد علم كل أناس مشربهم كلوا واشربوا من رزق الله عسوا في الأرض مفسدين وإذ قلتم يا موسى لن نصبر على طعام واحدا فادع لنا ربك يخرج لنا مما تنبت الأرض من بقلها وقصائها وفومها وعدسها وبصلها قال تستبدلون الذين هو أدنى بالذي هو خير اهبطوا مصرا فإن لكم ما سألتم وضربت عليهم الذلة والمسكنة وباءوا بغضب من الله ذلك بأنهم كانوا يكفرون بآيات الله ويقتلون النبيين بغير الحق ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات.
اعوذ بالله من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. اما افراد ستمگر این سخن را که به آنها گفته شده بود تغییر دادند و به جای آن جمله استهزاء‌آمیزی گفتند، لذا بر ستمگران در برابر این نافرمانی عذابی از آسمان فرستادیم. و به یاد آورید زمانی را که موسی برای قوم خویش آب طلبید. به او دستور دادیم عصای خود را بر آن سنگ مخصوص بزن. ناگاه 12 چشمه آب از آن جوشید. آن از روزی‌های الهی هرگز حاضر نیستیم به یک نوع غذا اکتفا کنیم. از خدای خود بخواه که از آنچه زمین می رویاند از سبزیجات، خیار، سیر، عدس و پیازش برای ما فراهم سازد. موسی گفت آیا غذای پست‌تر را به جای غذای بهتر انتخاب می کنید؟ اکنون که چنین است بکوشید از آن بیابان که در شهری فرود آیید، زیرا هرچه خواستید در آنجا برای شما هست. و مهر ذلت و نیازی بر پیشانی آنها زده شد و باز گرفتار خشم خدایی شدند، چرا که آنان نسبت به آیات الهی کفر می‌ورزیدند و پیامبران را به ناحق می‌کشتند. اینها به خاطر آن بود که گناهکار و متجاوز بودند. صدق الله العلی العظیم. مولانا در مثنوی همین آیه رو خیلی قشنگ بسط میده و جالبه اگه یه نگاهی بکنیم. و هم در میان قوم موسی چند کس بیادب گفتند کو سیر و عدس. قبلش میگه که مائده از آسمان سر میرسید، بی صدا و بی فروخت و بی خرید. در میان قوم موسی چند کس بیادب گفتند کو سیر و عدس.
In the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful. But the wrongdoers changed the saying with other than what they were told. So we went down on those who were wrongdoers a plague from the sky. Because of those transgressions they used to commit, and when Moses prayed for water for his people, we said, strike the rock with your staff. Thereat 12 fountains gushed forth from it. Every tribe came to know its drinking place. Eat and drink of Allah's provision, and do not act wickedly on the earth, causing corruption. And when ye said, O Moses, we will not put up with one kind of food, so invoke your Lord for us, that he may bring forth for us that which the earth grows, its greens and cucumbers, its garlic, lentils, and onions. He said, do not seek to replace what is superior with that which is inferior. Go down to any town, and you will indeed get what you ask for. So they struck with abasement and poverty, and they learned Allah's wrath. That because they would deny the sign of Allah and kill the prophets unjustly. That because they would disobey and commit transgressions. Sadaqallahu alayhi al-azim.
خب با تشکر و سپاس فراوان از محترم آقای حسینی، آقای گلستانی و آقای قبادی که قرآن و ترجمه فارسی و انگلیسی را به سمع شما رساندن. Before we go to the next session and listen to articles that have been prepared for our members, as you can see, for the occasion of tonight, we have a cake, and the cake is ready to be cut by Haj Agha Modarres. For the family or the person who sponsored for the cake, please say aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, congratulations on the wiladat of Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salatu wassalam. It's been a long time since we asked some of the elders, some of our respected elders of our community to cut the cake, and we always did with the name and teachers and others. So inshallah today we go asking some of the elders to come forward and inshallah cut the cake, and for the health and well-being of all of the respected elders of our community, please recite salawat ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. میفهم زحمت هم میشه اگر تشریف بیاریم کیک کات کنین ردیف. بسم الله بسم الله. صلوات علی محمد و آل محمد. بیا. بفرمایید. برای سلامتی حاجی رؤوف صلوات ختم بفرمایید. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. بفرمایید. حاجی معلم صاحب صلوات ختم کنین. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. خب بقیه هم باید زحمت بدیم. حاجی رحمت، حاجی فیروز، حاجی های تهرانی. بسم الله. نمایندگی همه الحمدلله همه بزرگن، ولی ما چند نفر نماینده. بفرمایید. بله. نه سیدا نیست. بفرمایید. جان؟ آقای گلستانی رو میگم یک دونه شعر هست در مورد سرسفیدی بخونه. باز آقای گلستانی دکتر پیروز صلوات ختم بفرمایید. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. و همچنین برای سلامتی حاجی رحمت هم بازم صلوات ختم بفرمایید. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد و عجل فرجهم. بسم الله. بسم الله. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. انشالله که بازم هستن دیگر بزرگانی بین ما از طرف خواهرای ما، از بزرگان خواهرای ما هستن که متاسفانه ما وقت ما کمه ولی از اونام درخواست میگردم برای سلامتی اونام یک صلوات ختم بفرمایید. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. و سلامتی جای تهرانی هم یک صلوات. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد و عجل. اشکال دست شما درد نکنه. ما هم از طرف همه باقی مانده افراد بیا ما و زهرا خانم هم یک کات میکنیم. یک صلوات ختم بفرمایید. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. Thank you. بفرمایید. برو go with mommy. برو باش ما. برای سلامتی خود فامیل خودم یک صلوات ختم بفرمایید.
خب با تشکر و سپاس فراوان از محترم آقای مدرس. We will continue on our second session. As I mentioned at the beginning, we have Sister Insia Naqawi, Sister Salil Shah, Sister Sahil Khan, who has an announcement. And from the brother side, we have Brother Mustafa Naqawi, who has prepared some articles. First, I ask Sister Insia Naqawi to come forward and present to you the article that she wrote about tonight's program. Probably, I don't know what the subject is, but I'm assuming so. Please come forward. For the health of Sister Insia, please say aloud salawat. Allah.
Assalamu alaikum. Congratulations on the birth of our fifth Imam. I'd like to share some unique facts on Muhammad ibn Ali al-Baqir. One of the unique things of our fifth Imam is his lineage. Look at the following situation. His mother was Fatma, the daughter of Imam Hassan, and his father was Imam Zain al-Abidin, the son of Imam Hussein. Admirable to note that his grandfather from one side was from Imam Hassan and his other grandfather was from Imam Hussein. What a special situation. Imagine this school in Medina where Imam Muhammad Baqir had thousands of students under him. Another person would come to the Imam saying, "You Imams claim you are infallible." "Yes," he said. "What are the proofs for that? Why do human beings sin?" The Imam then replied, "Because of 4 reasons. Either because of anger, or because of lust, or because of envy or greed." Why would we need to be greedy when Allah has given us the knowledge He has given us? Why would we be envious when we are the grandchildren of the Prophet? Why would we lust over anything when Allah has honored us with the Holy Quran? And why would we get angry over anything when Allah has allowed the message of prophethood to be in our lines? Therefore, a person normally commits a sin because of lust or anger or envy or desire. Allah has given us so much that these 4 things never affect us in our lives. Something else that is quite interesting is the Prophet had said, "O Jabir, one day you will meet a young man whose name is my name, whose attributes are like my attributes, who has light shining from his face, and who has wisdom and knowledge like none other. His name is Al-Baqir. Make sure you send my salams to him." Narrations tell us that one day Imam Zain al-Abidin brought Muhammad Baqir and said, "Oh Jabir, there is someone who wants to see you." Jabir had become blind towards the end of his life, and he faced the direction from where the voice of the Imam was coming. Jabir took Imam Muhammad Baqir and placed him in his lap and said, "I want to kiss your hands and your feet. Your grandfather the Prophet said to me, 'O Jabir, send my salams to Muhammad al-Baqir, and know that he is al-Baqir because he will split knowledge completely.'" Baqir comes from the word Baqir. When a farmer rips his farmland or rips open the soil, they call that process Baqir. As Imam Muhammad al-Baqir ripped and split and scrutinized and spread knowledge, they called him al-Baqir. Many scholars would come to him and ask questions. For example, a person came to him and said, "O Imam, we have a question which we have asked many scholars, but none could not answer. You are Muhammad al-Baqir. You split knowledge in half. Can you give us the answer?" Imam said, "Go ahead." They then continued by saying, chapter 21, verse 30 says, "Have those disbelievers not seen how the heavens and the earth were closed and how we opened them up?" What does this mean that the heavens were closed and then we opened them? The Imam said, when Allah sent Adam on the earth, there was no vegetation because there was no rain. Allah opened up the heavens so rain would come down and the fertile land could have plants growing from it. Other scholars would try to stump him and were stunned by his knowledge. A scholar claimed, "Leave him to me. I will ask him." So he came to Imam Muhammad al-Baqir and said, "I've got some questions for you. You claim to be al-Baqir? Answer my questions." "Go ahead," said the Imam, "but you must know that my questions are from the Bible and the Quran." "Go ahead." "My first question is this. In which fast in history were you allowed to eat and drink?" "Simple," said the Imam, "the fast of Lady Maryam, when Allah told her to remain silent. That was her fasting." "I have a second question. Tell me, when was a quarter of humanity killed?" "When Qabil killed Habil, a quarter of humanity had died." "What increases and never decreases?" "The water of the ocean." "What decreases and never increases?" "Your life." "Which people spoke the truth, yet were still called liars?" The Imam said, the first verse in Surah Munafiqun says, "The Munafiqun come to you and say, 'You are the Prophet of God,' but we know that they are liars." Then he asked, "This is a question which none can ever answer. Which twins were born on the same day and died on the same day, but one of them was 150 and the other was 50? Imam said to him, "That's easy. Prophet Uzair and his brother Aziz." Prophet Uzair and his brother were together. Then he asked Allah, "How do you raise the dead and give them life?" They were both 30 years old when Allah caused one of them to die for 100 years. When Prophet Uzair came back to life due to Allah's permission, he lived for another 20. The elder brother was 150, while Uzair was only 50 years of age. The scholar then said, "I swear there is no inheritor of knowledge of Prophet like Muhammad al-Baqir." Salawat.
Ahsan, mashallah. Thanks to Sister Insia Naqawi for the article, for the health and success of Sister Insia. Please say aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And now from the sister side, again, I have Sister Sahil Khan. If she's ready, she has an announcement to make. Is she around here? Yes. Okay, so Sister Sahil Khan will do some announcement. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm here to remind you all of Masjid Al-Rasool's clothing drive, which will be taking place on March 20 and March 13th. March 13 and March 20. These are both Friday nights. And on these 2 nights, we'll be having boxes set up in front of the masjid. And we're asking for gently used donations. This can also be an opportunity to get a heads up on your spring cleaning or for nodos. So inshallah, all of you guys will be able to participate. Thank you. Salawat.
Thank you, Sister Salkhan, for the announcement. As she said, on March 13 and 20th, we will have clothing drive. So as she said, please take a note of that. Gently used clothes, so reusable, the one that somebody can reuse it. And if it's possible, if you can please clean it up. If it's laundry is needed, please do so, because we're donating those. So again, for everybody who's going to participate, we would appreciate that, and it's a very good thing to do for our communities that we live in, and help them out as well. Now from brother's side, I have brother Mustafa Naqawi, who has also prepared an article. We will listen to his article, inshallah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. I congratulate you all on the birth of our fifth Imam, Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam. I like to share a few pearls of wisdom from the Imam that was known as Baqir al-Ulum, the one who splits, scrutinizes, and spreads knowledge. Hashim bin Abdul Malik brought a third person who was a Christian. Hashim said to him, "Finish Muhammad al-Baqir off." The Christian said, "I've got 3 questions to ask this man. But first, let me ask you, are you from the line of Jesus or Muhammad?" The Imam replied, "I am from the line of Muhammad." "Are you of the scholars or of the ignorant?" The Imam said, "I am not of the ignorant." "Let me ask you my 3 questions." The Imam said, "Go ahead." "Which period is neither day or night?" The Imam replied, "Just before sunrise, the color of the sky is neither day or night." "What happens in that period to the human being?" The Imam replied, "If you are ill, Allah removes your illness at that period of time." "Okay, you say in heaven that we will eat so much, and we will not excrete. How can that be?" The Imam replied, "The embryo in the womb, it eats and eats, but does not excrete." "Okay, you say in heaven we will eat and eat, but there will still be so much food. How can that be?" The Imam replied, "The candle which lights another candle, but does not lose any of its source, is like the food in Jannah." The Christian became a Muslim at that moment because of Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam. He also shared this advice with those that would become leaders, caliphs, and represent other interests. Imam Muhammad al-Baqir gave him 3 pieces of fantastic advice. He said to him, "When you celebrate or have an extravagant celebration, do not forget halal and haram. When you become angry, do not forget haram and halal, and do not usurp the property of the people." He also described his Shias in many hadiths. There are many lectures of Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam where he describes the qualities of his Shia or the responsibilities of following him. In one hadith, he says, "Our followers are 3 types. One of them are those who follow us but rely and depend on others. The second are like glass. All they do is watch themselves as a reflection and nothing else. The third are like gold. The more they suffer, the more they shine." One last hadith I will share with you is, whoever cries a tear that is the size of a wing of a fly for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, that tear can cure sins the size of an ocean. Therefore, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir taught all areas of knowledge, such as theology, ethics, jurisprudence, astronomy, cosmology, physics, biology, and especially the discipline of leading majalis of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Thank you for your time and attention. My grandfather's name was Baqir. I kindly request you to recite Surah Fatiha for him. Salawat.
Thank you, Brother Mustafa Naqawi, for the nice article. Again, for the health and success of Brother Mustafa Naqawi, also please say aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now from sister side, please come forward, Sister Salil Shah, with your article. Is she around? Yes. For the health of Sister Salil Shah, also please say aloud salawat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear brothers and sisters, first I want to congratulate you all on the birth of our Imam Muhammad al-Baqir. And thank you for your time and attention. I promise I won't take too much of either. The reason I'm here today is to share something very special to me, my experience at the ziyarats in Iraq and Iran with all of you. It was an amazing journey, both spiritually and physically. Spiritually, as in, when I was praying, I wasn't just saying words, I was having a conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And physically, as in visiting so many shrines and historical sites, like Masjid Sahla, where it was said there was an appearance of Imam Zaman, Masjid Kufa, where it was said that the Ark of Noah landed, and where the martyrdom of Imam Ali occurred. I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me this opportunity and making me able to go on this journey. Inshallah, all lovers of Ahlul Bayt get to go. During the entire trip, there was a special feeling that sat inside of my heart. It was a feeling of peace and tranquility and a sort of disconnection from the drama and troubles of the dunya world and the materialistic ideals that we see normally in our everyday lives. And as my mom says, sometimes it was kind of like a detox. There are many memories that I can remember every day very distinctly, but I have to say one of the best was reading Duwai Kumail in Bain al-Haramain, which is the walkway between the haram of Imam Hussein and the haram of Hazrat Abul Fazl. And every Thursday night, every Shab Jama'ah, all the mu'mineen gather and they send their praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask for his forgiveness. As I sat there in the crowd, I felt connected to all the people around me, even though they didn't know me and I didn't know them. But one thing was similar in all of our hearts. We all knew that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had blessed us for being there. And in that, all of us were unified. Our journey to Iran was also a very rewarding experience. We visited the haram of Imam Reza in Masjid, the haram of Bibi Ma'suma in Qum, the Masjid Jamkaran near Tehran, and many other shrines and historical sites. And I have to say it was a bonus that I got to practice my Farsi. It was also, even though it was a tense time in Iran at that time, it was still very spiritually enlightening. Like I said, when I was praying, it wasn't just words that I didn't know the meaning of. I was talking with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and praising him and speaking about my love for the Ahlul Bayt. Alhamdulillah, me and my loved ones got to touch the ziyarats of Imam Reza, which as some of you may know is very crowded. But the one thing that touched my heart and made my chest warm with love for all of my fellow brothers and sisters in Islam was seeing so many lovers of Ahlul Bayt in one place. Because when I got back, I realized you don't see it that often except once a Friday at the mosque. And overall, it was a very rewarding experience, and I loved each and every moment of that journey, good and bad. There were definitely ups and downs. When I came back, I tried to keep that state of mind and that feeling of tranquility, sukaina, to this day. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us all the tawfiq to visit the ziyarats in Iraq and Iran, and more than once. I also want to mention something. I know it is usually a very expensive trip and that a lot of people are not able to go through it. But if you are, if you're able to do it, take that opportunity, because not everybody gets to visit the ziyarats. Not everybody lives until tomorrow. So inshallah, we all get to go. Thank you. Salawat.
Thank you, Sister Salisha, for sharing your experience, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all your prayers and ziyaras. And may Allah, as you said, give us all the tawfiq to be able to go and visit those historical and ziyaras one day, inshallah. Last but not least, از طرف برادران محترم آقای معلم همکار خواهش میکنم که تشریف بیارن و مطلب که تهیه کردن را به سمع شما برسانن. سرسلامتی محترم آقای معلم همکار، صلوات محمدی پسند ختم بفرمایید عزیزان. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد.
بر محمد و اهل بیت محمد صلوات. ولادت با سعادت پنجمین اختر تابان امامت حضرت امام محمد باقر علیه السلام را با پیشگاه ولی عصر و شما محبان تبریک عرض می‌نماییم. پس خدای متعال خواهانیم تا عبر قدر ما را مهلت داد تا برای سال آینده با چنین شبی را تجلیل نماییم. بر محمد و اهل بیت محمد صلوات. امشب ز لطف کبریا عالم همه پر نور شد، شمسی عیان شد در جهان، ظلمت دوباره دور شد. خفاشان خصم دنی، خفاشان خصم دنی از نور تابان کور شد. نور دو چشم ساقی کوثر از آن مسرور شد. ابلیس دید این نور را آزرده و رنجور شد. دلهای مردان خدا پر از نشاط و شور شد. آمد امام پنجمین از فاطمه بنت حسن، چشم علی ابن الحسین روشن شد از فخر زمان. شاین شهی کو وارث پیغمبر خاتم بود، از علم و حلم و فضل او دین نبی محکم بود. هم نام جدش مصطفی ان رهبر عالم بود. مانند شایلا پتا فرمانده اعظم بود. از نسل خاتونی که خدمتگار او مریم بود. تو با قدش کوثر نباش حقا مسیحا دم بود. امشب چراغانی شده روی زمین و آسمان. خیل رسول فوج ملک آید سوی شادی کنان. بیت امام ساجدین روشن شد از نور خدا. از این تجلی در عجب سکان عرش کبریا. سبوگو قدوس کو کرو بیان اندر سما. گوی عیان آمد زنو انوار خاتم انبیا. آمد با دنیا زاده دخت امام مجتبی. رویش حسن بویش حسین نسل علی مرتضی. بابا از این زیبا پسر کز دامن عصمت بود. گنج سخا کان کرم بر مصطفی عطرت بود. باقر لقب یاسین نسب از دوده زهرا بود. شمس الضحا بد الدجا از سید بطحا بود. مشتاق روی حضرتش قوسین او ادنا بود. چرخ و فلک جن و ملک مبهوت او یکجا بود. هم او کتاب الله استی هم مظهر یکتا بود. هم عالم الاسما استی هم زاده طه بود. از غیب آمد در شهود ان پادشاه سجان. تا راهنما گردد بما ان خسرو کون و مکان. از فاطمه بنت حسن آمد یکی زیبا پسر، کز مقدمش ماه رجب بر خود گرفته زیب و فر. مهدی چون شمشیر رخش سوی زمین افغان سر، تا بر جمال شمس الدین از آسمان سازد نظر. نهر رجب از فیض او شیرین تر مات شکر، خلد برین از جود او شد بر محبینش مقر. از دخت پاک مجتبی و از حضرت زین العباد این سرور آمد تا شود بار محبین رهنما. بارا گو پیمبر که علی جان من است، هم به جان علی و اسم محمد صلوات.
با تشکر و سپاس از محترم حاج آقای معلم همکار. Our second session has finished at this point. After our regular announcement, we will listen to Hajj Agha Modarres' speech. Hajj Agha Modarres will have two speeches tonight, one in English. The title of the English speech will be Road to Perfection. Road to Perfection, Rai Rasidan ba Kamal, is the title of the English speech. In Farsi, Huyat Guziri. Huyat Guziri. But before that, our regular announcement, please see Brother Zia Amili and Brother Syed Razak and pay your monthly donations. We need your financial support at this point, my brothers and sisters, in order to keep up with our expenses. So please, first of all, make sure that you are up to date with those monthly pledges that you have committed between yourself and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then if you can do even a little more, it would be greatly appreciated. Our Taha Islamic School tomorrow will be open from 9:30 to 2 p.m. So please make sure to drop off your student timely. Parents, please check with your students and make sure that they've completed their homework for tomorrow. And tomorrow when you're dropping them off, please make sure that they have all their books and school supplies. Our next week's program will be emailed to everyone on Tuesday, so please check your email. If you are not on part of our email distribution list, you can go to masjidalrasool.com. You can Google masjidalrasool.com and we're the first one to pop up, and our weekly announcements are posted there. And also you can visit our Facebook page at Masjid Rasool. Please keep in mind that our masjid is located in a residential area. When you're leaving the masjid, please make sure that you keep the noises down as much as possible. We have to honor all our neighbors around here. We don't want to bother them at that time. Please, as much as possible. Please help us to keep our masjid inside or outside clean as much as possible. And I haven't had this for a while, and as a reminder, we haven't had rain for a while since December and January. I was listening to radio the other day. They were saying that the January marked the driest month on the history and record of California. So let's pray for more rain. But in the meanwhile, please pay attention. Talk to your kids, all parents. Anybody who washes dishes in the household, you can save a lot of water just by paying a little bit more attention. Talk to your kids when they take a shower. Please make sure that the shower is not, the water is not running for half an hour or more. And also yourself. So there's a lot of ways that we can do that, and it's not easy. The entire environment has to work a lot for us to deliver that water, so we don't want to waste it. Please talk to first yourself and then talk to your kids about conserving water as much as possible. As I mentioned, Hajj Agha Modarres will have two speeches. The title of the English speech is Road to Perfection, and the title of Farsi speech is Huyat Guziri. میریم و از محضر حجت الاسلام و المسلمین آقای مدرس استفاده میکنیم برای سرسلامتی خودشان و فامیل محترمشان. صلوات محمد پسند ختم فرمایین ازان. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. one more reminder, after the speech, we have Kahoot game. If you don't have it on your phone, please download Kahoot. You can go to your app store and download it and be prepared for the game right after Ajaga Modarres' speech.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، حبيب إلهنا وشفيع ذنوبنا وطبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين الهداة المهديين. قال الله الحكيم في القرآن الكريم: ولقد كرمنا بني آدم وحملناهم في البر والبحر ورزقناهم من الطيبات وفضلناهم على كثير ممن خلقنا تفضيلا. صدق الله العلي العظيم. کلمه هویت از اون کلماتی است که شاید هر کسی به یک سبکی ترجمه میکند، ولی هویت به معنی این که ما خودمون رو چگونه میشناسیم، چه اصولی داریم، شخصیتی که برای خودمون قائل هستیم چه هست، و بر اساس اون هویت رفتار ما، کردار ما، سلایق ما تحت تأثیر قرار میگیرد. حالا ما یک هویت دینی داریم، هویت مذهبی داریم که متاسفانه بعضی وقتا به خاطر عوامل مختلف چه ما و چه نسل ما بعضی وقتا از این هویت فرار میکنن. هویت گریزی از اون مشکلاتی هست که ما مبتلا هستیم، چه در اینجا و در هر جای دنیا. الان زمانه‌ای است به خاطر تأثیری که برنامه سازی ها و فضاهای مجازی تأثیر گذاشته است، الان هر کسی رو میبینیم به یک نحوی تأثیر میپذیرد از برنامه ها، از فیلم ها، از سریال ها، از موسیقی ها، از هنر به نوع کل. ما تحت تأثیرشون قرار میگیریم، حالا چه مثبت، چه منفی، چه خنثی. اما حرفی که ما داریم میخوایم بزنیم در مورد کلامی است که خداوند در قرآن میفرماید، سوره مبارکه اسراء، خداوند میفرماید ما هویت انسانی رو یک هویت با احترام و با کرامتی قرار دادیم. ولقد کرمنا بنی آدم. ما کرامت که به معنی اون ارزشمند بودن انسان هست رو ما برای انسان قائل شدیم. و حملناهم فی البر و البحر، و ما اونها رو بر آب و یا بر خشکی و در دریا، بر و بحر، اینها رو مسلط کردیم، سوار کردیم انسان رو. این عزت و حرمتی که به انسان دادیم، این توانایی که انسان بتواند طبیعت رو به کنترل و تسخیر خود در بیاورد، خداوند فرد ما دادیم. و حملناهم فی البر و البحر و رزقناهم من الطیبات. ما از پاکیزه ها، از اون چیزهایی که پاکیزه و طیب هست به انسان عطا کردیم، رزق دادیم، روزی دادیم. و آخرم دیگه اون درجه بالای لطف خداوند به انسان این است که فرمود و فضلنا علی کثیر و فضلناهم علی کثیر، بر بسیاری از موجودات دیگر ما انسان رو برتری دادیم. تفضیلا، اون هم یک برتری قاطع، از اینکه ما بر حیوانات، از اینکه بعضی وقتا در یه جاهایی برای بعضی از انسان‌ها بر ملائکه و دیگر موجودات عالم، اینها رو ما برتری دادیم. حتی بر جنیان، چون همونجور که میدونین حتی اجنه هم باز پیغمبرانشون پیغمبران انسان بودن. این یک برتری بود که خداوند به بنی آدم عطا کرد. ولی به این معنا نیست که این کرامت و این عزت ثابت هست، میتواند انسان از دست بدهد. اون جایی که خداوند در سوره مبارکه تین هم میفرماید لقد خلقنا الانسان فی احسن تقویم ثم رددناه اسفل سافلین. همین انسانی که ما به بهترین نظم و بهترین شکل آفریدیم، در این حال این انسان موجودی است که ممکن است به پایین ترین درجات مخلوقات عالم هم برسد، که از چارپا و از حیوان هم پستر و پایینتر بشود. که ریشهش را هم خداوند در سوره شمس فرموده است. ریشه اون در کجاست؟ زمانی که فرمود فالهمها فجورها و تقواها. راه احسن تقویم و راه اسفل سافلین در دو چیز است. یا اون کسی که به سمت تقوا قدم برمیداره، در راه تهذیب نفس خودش تلاش میکنه، یا فجور، راه بیبندوباری، راه هواپرستی، راه دنیا پرستی رو پیش میگیرند و او کسی است که به اسفل سافلین میرسد. یا با خدا وصل میکند خودش رو، یا با ما چیزی که در اصطلاح عرش و فرش میگویند، یعنی اینکه یا به طرف کمال قدم برمیدارد یا به طرف پسرفت و ظلم به خیشتن قدم برمیدارد. این رو گفتم تا بدانیم که ما هویت ما، اعمال ما هویت ما رو میسازند، رفتار ما هویت ما را میسازند. برای همین است که در هویت دینی و مسلمانی ما پیغمبر ما خیلی واضح فرموده است مسلمان این است و نامسلمان این است، نه بر اساس شهادت، نه بر اساس زبان، بلکه از لحاظ هویت و کردار و رفتار. اینی که ما در زمانه زندگی میکنیم که از اسم بعضیا خجالت میکشند، اسم مسلمانی خودشون، این هویت گریزی است. اینکه یک شخصی موی خودش رو به یک رنگی در بیاورد که هویت فرهنگی خودش رو پنهان بکند، نیتش این باشد، نه به خاطر زیبایی، نه به خاطر تنوع، فقط و فقط که معلوم نباشد این مثلا اصالتا از کجا است. این میشود هویت گریزی. حالا یا هویتی که از نژاد است، یا هویتی که از فرهنگ است، یا از مذهب است، یا از دین است. ما هویت گریزی دینی رو میخوایم صحبت بکنیم. عواملی که انسان از دین و از هویت دینی خودش گریزان می شود چند تا ریشه دارد. یک ریشهش برمیگردد به عدم هویت سازی پدر و مادر. وقتی که پدر و مادر درست بچه رو تربیت نمی کند تا بشناسد چه کسی است، وقتی که پدر و مادر خودشون هویتشون هویت ثابتی نیست، یعنی من به عنوان پدر و مادر مسلمانی من معلوم نیست، فرزند من می بیند که جلوی بقیه سعی می کنم مسلمانی خودم رو پنهان بکنم، اون فرزند، اون کودک یاد میگیرد. این یک عاملش هست، عدم هویت سازی پدر و مادر. دوم، عدم هویتی که در جمع وجود داشته باشد. بعضی وقتا در کامیونیتی های ما، در مساجد ما هویت وجود نداره، همش ادا اصول است. این هویتی که ما میگیم این هویتی است که هویت این که هر کار دلت میخواهد بکن، این هویت نشد. من یه بار دیگه هم گفتم، بازم به فارسی میگم، من میتونم بشینم امشب تاریخ زندگی امام باقر رو بگیم، ولی الحمدلله اینقدر گفتن به شما که امام باقر چگونه زندگی کرد، چه شاگردانی تربیت کرد. حدیث جابر رو بخونم که از زمره آخرین ائمه‌ای که جابر دید، ولی این موضوع رو انتخاب کردم چون امام باقر یکی از کارهایی که برای جامعه اسلامی کرد هویت سازی کرد. شاگردانی تربیت کرد که افتخار میکردن به این که شیعه اهل بیت باشن و مسلمان باشن و در این راه حاضر بودن به هر قیمتی شده تلاش بکنن در دستگاه حکومت ظالم برن، شاگرد تربیت بکنن، هجرت بکنن به شهرهای دیگر، تبلیغ دین بکنن. این کاری است که امام باقر کرد. آخه بعد از امام حسین علیه السلام که هویت علوی که باقی نمون، هر چی که شیعه بود رو در روز عاشورا کشتن، شیعیان حقیقی رو. اونهایی که مرد بودن هویت اسلامی و دینیشون رو قبول داشتن و سرش ایستادن که به شهادت رسیدن. امام زین العابدین علیه السلام و امام باقر از صفر، از پایینتر از صفر شروع کردن تا دوباره انسانهایی رو تربیت بکنن که این انسانها تو همون مسیر سید الشهدا قدم بردارن. این از زمره اون ارزش ها و از اون بقایای میراث امام باقر هست که هویت دینی ما رو ساخت. امثال بنی امیه که نگاه میکردن رومیان چیکار میکردن، ادای رومیان رو در می آوردن. نگاه میکردن فلانی چطور عبادت میکنه، حتی از عبادتشون الهام میگرفتن. ما داریم که معاویه وقتی که فرماندار شام بود، حالا هر کلمه که استفاده میکنیم، مسئول شام بود، خبر دادن به یکی از خلفا، به خلیفه دوم، که معاویه، خب مسلمین هویت اسلامی هویتی است که شما کسی که فرماندار است، رهبر است، خلیفه است، خادم مردم است. حکومت پادشاهی نیست که پادشاه باشد هر چی که بگوید مردم باید گوش بکنن. پیغمبر وقتی می نشست، اولا منبر داشت، پیغمبر یک جای بلندی می نشست، اول درخت بود، به یه درختی تکیه میداد. بعداً یک منبری برای پیغمبر ساختن که پیغمبر مردم ببینن در هنگام صحبت کردن. ولی وقتی پایین منبر بود، پیغمبر نشسته بود، از جای پیغمبر کسی متوجه نمیشد پیغمبر اینجا نشسته. تاج و تختی نداشت که اینجا جای فقط پادشاه، جای پیغمبر فقط. این هویت اسلامی بود. بعد معاویه آمد شروع کرد به کاخ ساختن، شروع کرد به قصر ساختن در شام. خبر دادن به خلیفه دوم، آمد گفت معاویه چه میکنی؟ کی به تو اجازه داده پول بیت المال رو در این راه استفاده بکنی؟ گفت نه، ما در همسایگی روم هستیم، این رومیان اینا خیلی کاخ و قلعه و دژ دارن، ما هم ساختیم که نگن ما عقبیم، ما خواستیم که رقابت کنیم. و قبول کرد. بنی امیه و بنی عباس هویت دین رو میخواستن از بین ببرن. حکومت اسلامی رو تبدیل کردن به حکومت پادشاهی، حکومتی که پادشاه هر چه که بگوید میخواد حالا لیاقت داشته باشد یا نداشته باشد، وقتی که به اون جایگاه رسیده است. در حالی که حکومت دین، جایگاه دین، ان اکرمکم عند الله اتقاکم بود. کسی عزت دارد که تقوا داشته باشد، والله به این که بچه فلانی باشد که این کافی نیست برای لیاقت یک نفر. این است که این موضوع رو انتخاب کردم. نگیم چرا در ایام ولادت امام محمد باقر هویت گریزی رو ما صحبت میکنیم، چون درد جامعه ما الان هست که هویت دینی ما، یک دلیلش گفتم پدر و مادرها خودشون هویتشون متاسفانه ضعف داره. بچه ها میبینن بد هویت خودتون رو نگین جلوی بچه. انتقاد نمیشه، بچه انتقاد رو نمیفهمد. کودک شما بدگویی از هویت خودتون رو نمیفهمد. ما مردم اینجور هستیم، ما افغان ها اینجور هستیم، ما ایرانی ها، ما شیعه ها. این بدگویی هایی که شما میکنین، خود شما با دست خودتون بچه رو از اون هویتش فراری میدین. مثل اینکه بقیه فرنگا، بقیه دینها دزد ندارن، تنبل ندارن، بیار ندارن، کلاهبردار ندارن، ولی ما با دست خود ما تیشه به ریشه میزنیم. ما مردم اینجور هستیم دیگه. از مردم ما توقع دیگری نیست. با هر کس کار میکنی، با مردم خود کار نکن. اینا هویت ما رو زیر سوال میبرد، در حالی که ما باید هدف ما عمل غلط باشد، کار غلط رو رد بکنیم. به آدم کاری نداریم. دوز هر کس میخواد باشه، دروغگو هر کس میخواد باشه، دروغ غلط است. چه دیندار باشه، چه بیدین باشه، چه مذهبی باشه، چه شرقی باشه، چه غربی باشد. یه عامل هویت گریزیه، اشتباهات ما در کلام‌های ما. هویت در سالیان به وجود میاد، یک شبه و یک روزه و یک ماه به وجود نمیاد. او پدر مادری که متاسفانه بعضی وقتا ما حواسمون نیست چی میگیم،
با بدگویی از شوهر، با بدگویی از همسر، از مادر بچه، ما هویت بچه رو از بین میبریم. یک دلیل دیگر هویت گریزی برمیگرده به این که بچه‌های ما چی نگاه میکنن، چه چیزی الان به عنوان قابل قبول تو جامعه است و چه چیزی قابل قبول نیست، تأثیراتی که از محیط میگیرن. الان فکر کنم در مدارس، شما دیگه خودتون استادی در مدارس پابلیک و عمومی، ببینین چه خبر است، بپرسین، بشینین با بچه‌هاتون حرف بزنین. یعنی سختی که اینها دارن تحمل میکنن، وقتی من بعضی از حرفای بچه‌هایی که اینجا میدل اسکول و های اسکول میرن میشنوم، باور کن یاد اصحاب کهف میافتم، اون سختی هایی که اصحاب کهف میکشیدن که مجبور شدن از آخر ول کنن برن به غار. این نسلی است که تحت فشار است. اما هویت اسلامی رو پیغمبر، گفتم هویت به معنی مسلمان شدن نیست. خب شهادتین هر کس بگه میشه مسلمان. شهادتین بگو زبانن پیش ما و خدا، ما وظیفه نداریم، از قلب تو که خبر نداریم، تو زبانن شهادتین بگی میشه مسلمان. اما مسلمانی حقیقی رو پیغمبر هویت مسلمانی رو تعریف کرده. مثلا حدیث پیغمبر است، امالی شیخ صدوق، پیغمبر خدا فرمود اگر کسی ادعای مسلمانی میکنه، هویت مسلمانی داشته باشد، یک کسی فریاد کمک خواهی بلند کند، فلان ای مسلمان ها من رو کمک کنید دریابید، و این شخص جواب ندهد، بی تفاوت باشد، فرمود لیس به مسلم، این آدم مسلمان نیست، این هویت مسلمانی ندارد. که درد بقیه درد تو نباشد، این هویت اسلامی نیست. خود حدیث رو بخوانم: من اصبح لا یهتم به امور المسلمین، کسی که روز کند، صبح کند، در حالی که هیچ همتی در کار انسانها، مسلمانها ندارد. و من سمع رجلا ینادی یا للمسلمین، صدای شخصی رو بشنود که صدا میزند ای مسلمین، فلم یجبه، صدای کمک خواهی او رو بشنود و جواب ندهد، فلیس به مسلمی، آدم مسلمان نیست، به معنی هویت اسلامی ندارد. کتاب کافی جلد 2 صفحه 164. یه روایت هم بگم انشاءالله با همین روایت تمام میکنم. بازم پیغمبر خدا، هویت اسلامی یعنی چی؟ قال رسول الله من کان مسلما، اما کسی که واقعا مسلمان باشد. بازم گفتم این مسلمان یعنی هویت مسلمانی، نه فقط مسلمان شدن، چون زبانن یک جمله میگیم. هویت مسلمانی به چیست؟ فلا یمکر ولا یخدع، کسی که اهل مکر نباشد، اهل نیرنگ و فریب نباشد، این مسلمان است. هویت مسلمانی با فریبکاری، خدعه و نیرنگ یک جا نمی شود، کلاهبرداری. فانی سمعت جبرائیل، پیغمبر خدا فرمود من از جبرائیل شنیدم، یقول ان المکر والخدیعه فی النار، فرمود که نیرنگ و خدعه جایگاهش آتشه، از جنسش جنس دوزخیه. چطور میتونه مسلمان دوزخی باشه؟ نگاه کنید، باز دیگه از این واضح‌تر نمیتونست بگه. ثم قال لیس منا من غش مسلما و لیس منا من خان مسلما، کسی که اهل کلاهبرداری باشد، اهل خدعه باشد، اهل نیرنگ باشد، از ما نیست، از ما نیست. پیغمبر خدا فرمود ان جبرائیل روح الامین نزل علی من عند رب العالمین، همانا که پیغمبر خدا فرمود جبرائیل بر من نازل شد. بعد از این که فرمود یک، این اگر انسان از اهل نیرنگ نباشه، یعنی اگر ما هویتمون هویت کلاهبرداری باشه، دوز و کلک باشد، زن گرفتن ما، حتی مسئله نمیدونم الان دیگه خانه ها رو ما میگیریم سکشن 8 و نمیدونم هاوزینگ و اینها، هر چیزی نیرنگه. فرمود اگر کسی تو این مسیر قدم بردارد، اهل نیرنگ و فریب باشد، از ما نیست. بعد آخر این هویت مسلمانی فرمود یا محمد علیک به حسن الخلق خوش اخلاقی باید جزو هویت شما باشه، نه ادای خوش اخلاقا رو در بیارین. فان سوء الخلق یذهب بخیر الدنیا والآخره. همانا بد اخلاقی خیر دنیا آخرت رو میبرد. پس اگر بخوام خلاصه کنم، 3 تا از نشانه‌های هویت ما، هویت دینی ما، پیغمبر خدا فرمود این است که 1 غمخوار دیگران باشیم. اگر دردمندی، فریادرسی دنبال مشکلش رو گرفتیم، می شود هویت دینی. غمخوار کسی شدن، این هویتی که الان روز به روز زیادتر می شود این است که آقا جان شما گلیم خود رو از آب بکش، تمام، شما فقط و فقط خودت و خودت. یک زمانی بود میگفتیم خودت و خانوادت، الان یک زمانه شده است که میگه آقا برادرت رو هم فراموش کن، مادر رو هم فراموش کن، خواهر، همه رو فراموش کن، فقط خودت، زنت، بچت، تمام. اونی که خیلی فاجعه باشه میگه فقط خودت، زن و بچه رو هم ول کن، شوهر و بچه رو ول کن، فقط خودت. و میگن تو این اصطلاحات روزمره آقا مواظب خودت باش، به فکر سلامتیت باش. انگار نه انگار که انسان بودنش در این است که نور بدهد به اطراف خودش. والله یک سنگ هم یک جا افتاده است، سنگ بودنش رو داره انجام میده دیگه. بعضی از آدما میخوان مثل یک شیء جامد یک جایی باشن، تو خودت و خودت، تمام. یک وقتی نشه ایثاری بکنی، فداکاری بکنی، از خودگذشتگی بکنی، نه، فقط خودت و کلاه خودت. این هویت اسلامی و دینی نیست. دوم و سوم هم پیغمبر خدا فرمود کسی که نیرنگ و فریب، خدعه و نیرنگ، فریبکاری تو زندگیش نباشد. این هویت درست است. از بچه ها از سن کم دروغ رو هیچ وقت قبول نکنید، هیچ وقت، چه خدای نکرده ما یاد بدیم. و سوم هم حسن خلق. اینا می شود هویت ما. هم راه دارد، به زورم شده باید این رو تو زندگیمون اجرا کنیم. صبغت الله و من احسن من الله صبغه. ما داریم ولله الاسماء الحسنى فادعوه لها. برای خداوند نامهای نیک است، خدا رو با اونها بخوانید. با روایت هم داریم که این اسماء الحسنى، قدیر، جبار، متکبر، علی، علیم، حکیم، اینا اسماء خداونده. بعد میگن اینی که اینقدر میگن بخوانین ثواب زیادی دارد، فقط این نیست که ورد زبان باشد، بلکه در زندگی هم این صفات خدا رو سعی کنین بهشون نزدیک بشین. وقتی میگی خداوند رحیم است، تو هم به رحیم بودن خدا نزدیک بشو. وقتی خداوند علیم و عالم است، تو هم به علم نزدیک بشو. همونجوری قرآن میگه صبغت الله، رنگ خدا بزنید به خودتون، رنگ خدایی بگیرید. صفتهای خدا رو نگاه کنید، اونها رو، صفتهای شیطان رو ببینید. شیطان چیه؟ حسود است، حسودی آدم رو کرد. شیطان چه از حریص است، شیطان چه از بخیل است. اگر اون صفتها رو داشتید شیطانی، اگر اون صفتهای حسنه رو داشتید خدایی، رنگ خدایی میگیرید. و من احسن من الله صبغه. چه رنگی بهتر از این است که رنگ خدا آدم بگیرن. انشاءالله خداوند ما رو، هویت ما رو، شخصیت ما رو، شخصیتی که در راه مستقیم، در صراط مستقیم، در راه هدایت باشد قرار بدهد. به حرمت صلوات بر محمد آل محمد. I appreciate your patience, by the way. I was trying to fix my timing. I think I did around 20 minutes to be fair, so I'll keep my English, inshallah, fairly similar to that. We talked about, trying to be fair to some members that they don't understand English, but I appreciate your patience and sitting with us. I've had this discussion with a young man a while ago, a few years ago, and he said something that made me think. And he said that I've read in Quran and I've read in tradition and I've heard in lectures that we have to be better. We have to try to get better. This road to perfection, to be a wayfarer, to be a traveler, to be somebody who is always try to be better. Why we have to be that? Why we are not happy with who we are? Why we try to change ourselves? And we're only human, and is human to err, is human to make mistakes. So this perfection is idealism. It's not realistic to live that kind of a life. And it made me think, because for me it was a default to always try to do better. But then I tried to look at things from his perspective. And his perspective seems more appealing, right? There's not much effort needed. You are who you are, and that's it. You have to accept yourself before others accept you. You've heard these statements probably. They're very famous. You have to accept yourself before others, ready to accept you. But the reality is, from the moment we're born, we start to acquire and we start to earn. It's never that we stay in the same place from the moment we're born. Because if that's the case, that if we are exactly the way we were born, we were not able to speak, we're not able to laugh at jokes, we were not able to cry. Because for us, emotions are very primitive and basic at the time of birth. Babies cry usually when they're hungry, when they feel pain. I know we talk about, compassion and love of a mother, but if a baby, they lose their mother at a very young age, the chance of them knowing about it is literally, none. That's why that sometimes they're born and they don't even know that they're being adopted and they have to be told. So we start to acquire and earn, learn informations, knowledge, good and bad, experiences in life. So that person that they tell me why we have to change ourselves, what we are 100% sure is that we're going through changes every day. We hardly stay at the same place. We change for better or for worse. That's it's something you can find in biology. That somebody, a human being, when we live, our cells, at a certain age, there are growth hormone, and then after a certain age, there's decay, right? There's the process of somebody, aging. Mentally is the same thing. We learn something good or bad. We connect the dots in life. We learn to trust or not, to have distrust. We learn to be loyal or betray. These are things that we learn through decisions and experiences. But one thing for sure, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us is that we have potential to be better. When you talk about perfection, there is absolute perfection, which is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Absolute perfection. And then you come to other people, human beings in general, messengers of God. We believe in the sense of a human being, they have perfection. But it's relative perfection. Because even a prophet of God could be tested and they fail in that test. We have examples, not that they commit a sin, but they will be tested in their own level. For example, when Yusuf alayhi salam was tested, he was in prison. He asked for help from someone to mediate for him before the king, before the administrator of Egypt, whoever it was. And Allah said, because of that, there are consequences for Yusuf. He has to stay in prison to learn his lesson. Or when it comes to Musa alayhi salam, his journey with Khizr and asking so many questions when he's being asked to be patient. But one thing for sure is that we have potential to be a better version of ourselves. That's for sure is a possibility. To be better than who we are. Because if that's not the case, if that ambition is not there, there will come that sense of nihilism, which means what's the point? If I'm not getting better and if I'm staying where I am, what's the point? I maxed my potential, and this is the maximum that I can be in life, and that's it. That's why we have midlife crisis, right? A mental state for people that after physically we reach our peak, there's, you don't grow, you don't get stronger. There's middle age, it means again, this is it. Whatever physically you could have been, this is it. And from that, inshallah, it's a good, slow downhill, inshallah. Downhill in a good way. That's why people react in different ways. With that crisis come people losing focus and start being wasteful and making bad decisions and all that. Because of that, because eventually people come to the point, okay, I did everything I could. This is the best version I could have been, and that's it. Not everyone is like that, because a lot of people believe even after they are 40 and 50, still there's more that they can do. They could be better. They could be better. So the tradition of Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salatu wassalam, recite the salawat, talks about this ambition for perfection, to be better. Kamal is not to become absolute perfection, it's to strive for perfection. Try to be better. And what that means that in every aspect of life, try to do better. So Imam said, Al-Kamal Kullul Kamal. All the perfection you can imagine in life, all different aspects of it. Imam said, he summarized it in 3 points. This is the way you can strive for perfection. Number 1, Imam alayhi salam said, At-tafaqquh fi ad-din. The first lesson, first point of perfection is a spiritual perfection. Because regardless how much money you make, if the content of your soul is not enough, if the balance between them are not there, the difference will be that discrepancy that we have Qarun and we have Sulaiman. An enriched soul is Sulaiman, and even if the external life, the physical life, you are blessed, the balance will be there because your soul is bigger than everything else. So you will not be hypnotized, you will not be tricked by the external and the outside, because your soul is bigger. That's what Yusuf alayhi salam is. That's what Sulaiman alayhi salam is an example. But if your soul is empty, there's not much for the soul, then Qarun becomes an example. When Musa came to Qarun and told Qarun, give some, not a lot, some part of your wealth to the poor. He said, I acquired it by my own knowledge and expertise. Get away from here. Why should I give away something that I worked for? For that person, spiritually, they are lacking so much spiritually that they don't see any benefit of doing something selfless. So Imam alayhi salam said, if you're looking for perfection, number 1 is spiritually, at-tafaqquh fi din, is to contemplate deeply on the matter of your faith, on your religion. Tafaqquh is not learning religion. It's not about how to do wuzu. It's not about how to fast. It's not what invalidate your prayers or not. These are learning the basics of religion. Tafaqquh fi din is to understand the purpose of religion. A depth understanding of your religion. That is what perfection is about. And that's what the difference between the namaz and prayers of Imam Ali alayhi salam and the namaz of someone like Muawiyah. Both are doing the same namaz, probably they do the same structure of prayers, but there is a lot of difference between two prayers. Why? Because one has that understanding of faith that Nahjul Balagha is just the tip of the iceberg. Read Nahjul Balagha and you understand how Ali ibn Abi Talib, he learned Islam. What is the definition of Islam for Ali ibn Abi Talib? I was just again reading the letter of Imam Ali to Malik Ashtar with the youth at the youth group. It's amazing that the content of this letter, it has been written 1400 years ago. It's amazing. His knowledge of public relation, his knowledge of connection, the relationship between what he refers to as common man and the administration. Read it. Understand that his understanding of religion is not how to pronounce Allahu Akbar and that's it. It's deeper than that. He knows the point and the purpose of religion. That's number one. The path of perfection is after you learn how to recite your prayers, how to recite Quran, now is to get deeper. Start broadening your understanding of faith. That's why reflection on life and death. You know, one of the masterpiece of literature in the world is War and Peace. Anybody familiar? Who's the author? Tolstoy. And if you read about him, this masterpiece is his work not at the beginning of his journey. He went through a lot of things. He rediscovered faith. He almost had a near-death experience. He went through all that, and then he wrote a book, which is a combination of historical events and fiction. And it's a very, very long book, by the way. That's the depth of literature. That when somebody, a historian, writes a simple story, oh, this happened, and that person attacked that person, and these 550 people were killed, for him, there's much, much more in that, in that timeline that he can discover. He can share with others. I was reading and I was amazed with the amount of details that he used. And I thought that this is what is the reflection is about. But how he was able to get to that depth, a lot of things. He says spirituality was one of them. Another component of his life was that he started detaching himself from dunya. Read about him. It's interesting. By the end of his life, he had so much property, he started giving it away. He started finding a new meaning in life. That's what tafaqquh is. Not to learn, to understand. Come to that enlightenment, a personal journey of enlightenment within faith. We have a lot of examples. Malcolm X is one example. Again, we're not talking about absolute perfection, but in their own level, striving for perfection. So that's number one, tafaqquh fi din. Second one, Imam Baقir says, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. But there is a tradition before I go to the second one. Imam said if you want to be knowledgeable, because we talk about reflection, we talk about the difference between learning and understanding. Imam Baqir said, La yakun al-abdu alima. No servant of God will become a scholar, become an alim, unless, number one, they don't have any trace of jealousy to those who are superior. So if you're jealous of somebody that they know more than you and they have more than you, you cannot consider yourself an alim and a scholar. So first you have to get rid of the jealousy. Why? Because jealousy is wasting your efforts on a sensation that you cannot do anything about, rather than focusing to try to lift up yourself. A jealous person is not a scholar. Why? Because they will never say, okay, let me do better. Let me try to do better. Let me improve myself, rather than say, oh, I hate that person for being better than me, knowing more than me. And second, Imam said that you don't have any form of humiliation to those who are inferior to you. So if you acquire a knowledge that makes you arrogant, that's no knowledge. You're not a scholar. True knowledge comes from these two things. Get rid of jealousy to the superior. Get rid of the humiliation to those who are inferior. And in tafaqquh fi deen, remember these two elements. So if I contemplate on faith, if I reflect and try to have a deeper understanding of faith, it should not make me arrogant or jealous in this path. The second one, component of perfection, Imam alayhi salam said, وَالصَّبْرُ عَلَى النَّائِبَةِ. The first one was a spiritual need. The second one is a mental state. The mental state is sabr, is endurance, is patience. Na'iba is difficulty. Is whatever is we consider to be a challenge, struggles. Imam said, if you want a path of perfection, the key to that is sabr. So your mental state has to be better, to have ambition. With that comes difficulty. And you have to be ready for that. Again, I use this quote from Sheikh Azhar Nasir, or Nassar, however we pronounce it. He said it's important to teach our children, which I agree with because it's an Quranic lesson. So we have to teach our children after a certain age. Of course, we're not talking about kindergartners. We're talking about those who are over the age of 7 and 8. Those who start learning and they can recognize and differentiate between right and wrong. He says it's important to teach our children from that age on, it's okay to be disliked. It's okay. Because regardless of how you live and what you say, there are going to be people that they will not like it. And that's fine. That's okay. We have to teach it. Because when you read the history of prophets of God, when you read the history of heroes, historical figures, not everybody was happy with them. Abraham Lincoln was not an admired character as he is today. People hated him. I'm not talking about his motive and why he did it, just for saying, okay, let's work on this cause of fighting against other states who are still wants to continue with the slavery. Let's go and attack them. He had a lot of people who were against him. Hated him for that. So if you talk about history, if you talk about religion, Nuh alayhi salam was disliked by a lot of people. Yusuf was disliked by his own brothers. Our prophet was disliked by Abu Sufyan and Bani Umayyah. So it's okay to be disliked. As long as you're not doing anything wrong, as long as you're not in a position that you're oppressive or hurtful to others, then you have to care. If my akhlaq, my manners, my attitude are bad, and people don't like me for that, I have to change. But if I don't do anything wrong, my attitudes are fine, I'm not disrespectful, I do everything right, but people don't like me because I do my prayers on time. Let them not like me. Fine. Because I wear hijab, they don't like me. I don't have any bad attitude. I'm not disrespectful. But because I wear hijab, I don't like it. Let them not like me. That's fine. That's fine. That's a mental state. That's a difficulty and a challenge we have to face. And that's a struggle we have to pay the price for. Nothing is free, and one of them is if you want to maintain your identity and who you are, a lot of people try to change you. A lot of people. Once you figure out what you are and who you are is good, you should not budge to anyone. You should not, let anyone control who you are. That's why the second tip and second point in path of perfection, Imam Muhammad Baaqir said, is to have patience in the face of difficulties, in the face of challenges in life. That's a mental state. يا أيها الإنسان إنك كادح إلى ربك كدحا فملاقيه. Oh human beings, you're constantly struggling toward God, constantly until you meet your Lord, which means death. Means this struggle is there. Not for the worse, in a good way. The same when an athlete, when they exercise, when they train for the ultimate game, they don't say, oh, I'm suffering. They say, I do it because I love it, because I know the prize, I know the eventually the incentive for this struggle, they happily do it. When you study hard for exam, you know the incentive. Life is like that. Everything you put efforts for, there is incentive. It doesn't mean you have to suffer. It doesn't mean that everything should be bitter. No, it's not bitter, but it's a struggle with it. It could be a very pleasing struggle. As we have that smile did not disappear from the face of the companions of Imam Hussein. Or in the Battle of Uhud, Hamza Sayyid al-Shuhada's smile did not disappear in his battle. Because it was a pleasing struggle for them. The last one, Imam alayhi salam said, the path to perfection is a precise or a plan for life. Taqdeer fil ma'isha. Measurement and plan for your livelihood. If you want a path to perfection, you must have a plan. Taqdeer, we know taqdeer is the destiny, right? What is meant to happen. But in this case, it refers, because when you say destiny, you're talking about, okay, tomorrow or next year, this is going to happen. Allah it's written for you, right? So it's a plan. Destiny is a plan that has been written for you, which we don't believe. Written means that everything is out of your control. There are matters that are out of our control. There are matters that we control. Which path you want to follow is up to us. But which family we were born into, when we will die, ultimately, that's not up to us. But the path to perfection is to have a plan. Plan for everything. Ma'ishat is livelihood. It's important to make dua to Allah. It's important to have tawakkul and rely on Allah. But there should be a measurement. There should be a plan for your ma'isha. You have an income, you have expenditure. It should be a balance there. You can't say, oh, Allah will give. Allah said, I gave you this. It's like when somebody asks for rizq. Ya Allah, give me rizq, sustenance, provision. I want to do better. Help me in my life. And Allah will help us, without a doubt. And then you see people start complaining. And you say, brother, sister, what happened? You say, yeah, I ask Allah for rizq, but nothing is happening. And you say, why? Say, yeah, I had this amount of money, but it's not enough. And I said, brother, the amount of money you're talking about, that is rizq. That was your measured rizq for this time. But when I look at you, let's talk about it. I'm not a financial expert, but let's talk about it. How much is your rent? How much is your utility bills? How much you have money for vacation and stuff? And I look at them and say, okay, brother, with the way you live, with the luxurious lifestyle you have, no income will be enough for you. No money. If I ask you right now, how much money would be enough that take care of all your problem? All of you will give me a figure, right? But I promise you, even if we give somebody $2 million, if they want, they will be able to finish it in a week. Forget about a week. If you want to buy something like properties, probably you can finish it in a day or two. So it's not about the amount of rizq. It's about what we want from the rizq. And we think that ultimately being content and satisfied comes from the bigger that we have. Yes, it will make our life much more comfortable, I promise you. Comfort and satisfaction are not the same. You could be very comfortable and unhappy, like exactly right now. You're sitting comfortable, you're not running around, but you're not happy. Right? The speech is going longer than you expected. So comfort and satisfaction are not the same thing. And Imam said, if you want perfection, you have to understand you should have a plan. If you have a certain amount of rizq, plan for it. Live a life that your expenses and your income matches. That's why even Hajj, I talked about pilgrimage, is not wajib if you don't have it. Khums is not wajib if you don't have it. Zakat is not wajib if you don't have it. So you have to have a criteria, a balance, a number. Even for our prayers, there is a time, there is a plan. But if you make a plan, remember this hadith of Imam Baقir, and I finish with this hadith. Imam said, أفضل الأعمال عند الله. The best of actions before God, the most valuable of action before God is أدومها وإن قل, is the consistent action, even if it's little. So if you make a plan, make a consistent plan. Don't make one of those New Year's resolution plan that usually 80% of people don't stick to it. Make a plan that is consistent. You stay with it. You stick with it. That's the good plan. I said if you want to give a sadaqah charity once a year, it's better to give a little bit every week. Give a little bit every month. Consistency is the key of success. May Allah inshallah give us the tawfiq to look for these 3 tips, which again, one of them is about our spiritual life, one of it is about our mental state, and one of it is about our financial life. Taqdeer al-ma'ishat is about our, how we're going to manage our lives financially. And each of them can help us to do better. With a plan, move forward. There is nothing wrong with having a plan. Okay, inshallah, this time I will buy a house. This time I will do this time I will do this. Don't jump into the middle of something and say, Ya Allah, why I'm drowning, when you don't even know how to swim. Allah is there to help you. He's the one who provided us the talent, the ability to learn. So don't say, Ya Allah, why are you not helping me? Allah said, I gave you, go learn. Go learn. I gave you what you need. It's like somebody who, parents, that I've seen some spoiled children, which I pray, inshallah, no parents are suffering from having spoiled children. I'm talking about children who are, they're at the age that they can eat themselves. So parents, I've seen it, they put the bowl of the soup or whatever other food, put it in front of them with the spoon and everything. They literally wait until the poor mom have to stop eating themselves and start feeding them. I'm not talking about babies who are not able to eat. I'm talking about children that they have to know how to hold the spoon at that age. If not, it's dangerous. It's, that age they should know. That's what some people, they're spoiled. Allah said, I give you the ability to learn. I give you the ability to practice. I give the ability to pick up skills. I gave you that talent and ability. And you say, Ya Allah, give me. Ya Allah, give me. Allah said, I gave you. Who are you asking? If you're asking me, I already gave you. Go ahead. All you have to do is to go try to discover it. Uncover what you have. May Allah give us that tawfiq. With the salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. I wanted to answer the questions, but because it's late, I'll just go directly to